Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, my Let's Play of said game. My name is Martin, and I am, like I said, thinking about 0.18 and anxiously anticipating it. And so here is my simulated space station. Kind of sucky looking, but it does have the benefit of getting 19,000 liters of fuel or so just in this stage. I got a lot of RCS on here. I don't know it'll necessarily be all needed. I've got tons of RCS thrusters everywhere. I've got all sorts of linear ones because they've got a lot more power, and some up here as well. And I've got, might not be able to, there you can kind of see there's 3 of them down there as well. So theoretically this thing should be able to change its orbit by a bit here and there. Yeah, so, and then I just mated it with the Clark. I had rebuilt it, I guess, so, but it's rebuilt with the Clark launching stages. And so I think the final weight was 118 tons for this upper bit, which is pretty close to, I think, what I got into orbit with. Now maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong about that, but I thought that's what I got into orbit with the Scalzi system. Anyway, I don't anticipate any huge problems, but let's head to the launch pad and see how it flies. I do believe this is a dawn launch, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's a sunset launch. No, wait, dawn launch. Here we go. Yeah, so my goal is somewhere around 100, or no, I mean 75 kilometer orbit would be really nice, because then you're nice and low and maximum Oberth effect for interplanetary spacecraft. Oh hey, and I didn't even notice that this thing's sitting on the ground as is, so I forgot to add anything on it. It's starting to get wobbly, so let's add that. And I can't remember how much I needed. Anyway, here let's go. Bobdo is going to stay up in orbit for a while in this space station in 3, 2. Okay. We don't have an escape system. Shoot. We're going to try a hard landing here. Camber. There we are. So I remember the Scalzi system had some flipping problems like that. But Clark system didn't. It had some spinning problems, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna try. I just added SAS module. I'm gonna try just an SAS launch, not use the smart ASS, and see how that goes. So, in 3, 2. Yeah, no one survived that, for sure. What happened? Fuel tank and radial decoupler. Yeah, that was messy, for sure. Well, I added more struts, and yeah, we'll see. I'm going to try to use just a little bit more thrust this time, just to see about counteracting any sort of weirdness with the spin and the roll that these might induce. In 3, 2. Huh. Same issue. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. One thing I did forget that I had to do with the Clark is move it further away from the tower. That could be part of it. I think it might have been maybe just touching there, so I've moved it away a bit. Let's see how this goes. Maybe a little less thrust this time. In 3, 2. Yeah, that didn't go so well. It's still saying that. I put struts there, but I'll put more, I guess, and see what happens. Maybe this thing's a little bit bouncy too. Anyway, in 3, 2. Well, the good part is we got that on camera that time. Well, sorry, Callow. That was so it just drops right off. And I even just did that one better too. That particular one. I think this is just kind of a something going on kind of thing. Maybe I'll actually try to modify the Clark itself because I know it works well. Yeah, let me think about that. Okay, I am back after a couple days of not playing, and let me think. What did I? Oh crap! Did I save it? Oh, I did save it. I did spend a little bit of time actually yesterday working on trying to figure out what was going on with my falling apartness. There we are. I've lightened the load a little bit at the top and added more struts, which is always crucial. I actually rebuilt it from scratch too, and I unfortunately didn't make it so these engines would sit on the ground instead of the middle ones, so I had to put it up on these bits. And oh yeah, I reduced the size of this stage as well, so it's only 2 tanks instead of 3. More struts in here. I don't know if you can see, there's lots of struts kind of in there. And the top stage is a little bit smaller, like I said. It's 16,000 liters of fuel. Is it 16? Doesn't seem like it would be the correct number. 3,200. Yeah, I guess 5. Yeah, that's right. 16,000 liters of fuel. Or assuming liters is the unit. Let me see. So I guess it's funny too. Just in the last couple days, you probably have seen the XKCD comic Upgoer 5, which is absolutely fantastic. I loved it, and it of course reminded me very heavily of some of my Kerbal flights, some of my more recent Kerbal flights, where the warning at the bottom, where if this end is not pointed towards the ground, then you are not going to space today, or something along those lines. Let me just. I can actually load this up right here, if you don't mind me taking a minute. Of course, now it's going to take a while to load. Yes, the Upgoer 5. The only flying space car that's taken anyone to another world. So they explain everything in this. The diagram of the Saturn V is explained using the 1,000 most common English words, but they can't even say 1,000 because 1,000 isn't one of the words. So it's explained using only the 1,000 words people use the most often. And at the very bottom is my favorite phrase. If it starts pointing towards space, you are having a bad problem and you will not go to space today. So that's things that have happened to me a number of times. So I think, though, that this is good. I added some control surfaces to keep it stabilized while it seems like there's just, I don't know if it's these are just slightly off kilter or what, but yeah, it doesn't seem to want to stay going straight without them. And if I'd had the 3 tanks at the bottom, I could have put them on the lower stage. Wouldn't have to carry the weight of them, but I think it'll work out okay. The thrust to weight ratio is very high. And yeah, still a big ship. Not nearly as big. I'll probably end up doing this. And just a little bit of thrust here. I think everything should be good to go. Sonsen-Kerman is going to be our first, hopefully, space station Kerbal, and this is starting to sway a lot, so I'm going to go now in 3, 2, 1. So, yeah, that was quite the lean over there at the beginning. I don't normally don't normally like it to lean over that much, but with the extra control surfaces, it did come back. So, and yeah, this stage, because of the lighter amount of weight up top, this stage is able to get a little bit better height. I believe we are going to have the problem where this is going to point towards space. Crap. I must have maybe missed some struts, or oh, yeah, I don't know. Crap. Well, at least I have also designed this now so Sonsen can bail out, so that's a bonus, right? I'm sorry, Sonson, you won't be going to space today. Oops. Oh, look out. Crap. Sonson also won't be returning to Kerbal today. Yeah, okay, here we are with Jorbro Kerman, who now may be the first Kerbal space station. Kerbal. In 3, 2, 1. So yeah, I think the difference this time is going to be that I'm not going to go full throttle, and I did add more struts. So I think maybe I'd missed this set of tanks for extra struts, or maybe it was this one. Hopefully it was the one that fell off. Okay, that is a low orbit with that. We're still in the atmosphere here. I think when I get around to 69, maybe I'll bring the other side up to like 70 or so. I want it to be fairly low. Obviously, Now we've got this extra bit too, with a little bit more fuel than I wanted left, but that's okay. So that, yeah, anyway, this is kind of my idea for a space station. Obviously, it doesn't look very good, or it really does seem like you're going a lot faster when you're this this low. It's 2298, so almost 2,300 meters a second when you've got your when you're practically still in the atmosphere, I guess, because these are still dropping, so there is some actual atmosphere still occurring up here. Yeah, we got 300 seconds. So anyway, that was a good orbit. I hope you enjoyed the extra camera views as well. One of them didn't work out very well. Which one was that one? This one here, I guess I thought maybe you'd be able to see more of the crew area up there, but the zoom, I guess, is a little higher on these cameras than I thought it might be. So kind of nice now. Anyway, you can see bits of the ship. It was kind of neat to see these wobbling about, but this one was a good one though, looking back. Although now it's fairly useless. So yeah, you can see them somewhere on here. Yeah, there's the one camera, and I put the other one. There's the other one, looking down. And again, somewhat useless now. It's got too much zoom. You can't see this part. But interesting. Can you actually? I didn't know. Maybe I didn't know you could do that. Maybe that was added in 0.17.1. Have you been watching the 0.18 live stream stuff and the pictures and the updates and stuff? Ugh, everything looks awesome. I can't wait. We'll switch it to ProGrade now. You know what I forgot to build on this one is all the RCS stuff that I had. In fact, I didn't even think of that. Maybe I'll deorbit this because there isn't any RCS. Yeah, I did want. Good thing I thought of that now. But I had to come up here and deorbit it with some other ship, which could be fun too. But anyway, for now, I'm going to leave Jorbro in orbit after I circularize as well out of the atmosphere. Maybe I'll yeah, anyway, when I get there though, I can do that. Let me just fast forward. Still considered in the atmosphere. Maybe I'll let MechJeb do it just for fun. Let's make the new AP 70.2. I don't know if we can do that or not. Actually, I probably should have done this one, shouldn't I have? Periaps cannot be above current altitude. 0.1? That's not a 1. Yeah, what is my current altitude though? Not much. Anyway, yeah, right. I'd fix the periaps when I get around to the other side. Makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Current orbit 69 by 70. Even did end up with a little bit of inclination. And I got no. How did that Clark 2 end up so? Was that manual flight I did that ended up having a whole bunch of inclination corrections? Possibly. And there's some debris down there that somehow survived. It's questionable. There's some Scalzi debris. So much debris. This is really, I find, quite amusing. That's the KSC2 stuff. Hey, we haven't checked on how far away are you now? 778 billion meters. So 778 million kilometers. It was doing that, to Joule, and then flying around in there, trying to get the intercept, and crashing on Val. That was that took a lot of time, and I hadn't checked in on the old Hob one since then. And there's more of its debris out there as well. That was fun. I do want to try that again and maybe do a better sun dive. Now that I've got a better launcher system, that it all came about with the who was the launcher system? It wasn't just the Clark, was it? Might have been, maybe. Better than Scalzi? Yeah. Anyway, how far are we now? Still slowly climbing. Oh, says we're out of the atmosphere now, though. Oops. Now what's going on there? How did I make the apoapse? Yeah. Wasn't the apoapse 70.1? Oh, it must have dropped down after. This is interesting. 0.5. That's too many decimal places. Crap. Oh. So my decimal key on the keypad seems to be sticky. No dirty jokes, please. Was it doing? Spinning? Did it do it? No, not really. Oh no, it is spinning. But status raising. Oh right, it wasn't prograde. Doo. Jorbro, looking evil and happy. There we go. Now it says I'm 70-70, but is it still dropping? I blinked. I might have missed one switch. Maybe not. But we could always just change the Apple apps to... Anyway, that's it for me. I'm going to finish this off, leave this guy in orbit, maybe start thinking about a different design. I don't know. Is there anything anyone else would like to see me do preparing for 0.18? I can't think of really other things. I could practice orbital rendezvous, of course, but it's going to be so much easier in the new system with the new maneuver planning. So, and I'm already feeling fairly confident about orbital interceptions and orbital rendezvous, so I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. My name is Martin. Leave some suggestions or comments. See you soon.